Where are we? That one. Okay, so yeah, starting by sitting on the edge of the chair, and you want to try and find a long spine. And we're just going to start by bringing the hands behind us. Turn the hands down, so the palms of the hands face down, and just bring them onto the chair as far back as you can. And then roll the shoulders open. And just find a little bit of opening through the chest, really think about lifting it up with every breath in. And trying to encourage the shoulders open with every exhale. A few moments here. And gently bring yourself back up. Release the hands down, give them a bit of a shake. And then just to move through the wrist, we're just going to interlace the fingers, not trying to face you. And you're just going to wiggle the hands up and around, so you're moving all the way through the joint, moving quite slowly. Going 3 times in one direction, and then try and reverse it back. Good. Okay, release the hands down. So we're sitting right on the edge. And what I'd like you to do is try and engage the abdominals and just lift the chest up. So we're really trying to create a flat spine here. Without leaning back and trying to cheat, just try picking up the legs. We're just going to march for a minute. Just starting to wake up the hip flexors, almost leaning forward slightly so that you target more into the psoas and start to build a bit of strength there. Keeping the heels pressing down rather than pointing the toe. And taking 5 more of those. Good. Extending one leg out in front of you, just start to make circles with the ankle. And then gently go the other way. Plant the foot down, swap sides. Good. And go the other way. Okay. I'm going to start to wake up the abdominals a little bit, so keep the hands on the waist for now. When it comes to the abs, Lisa will know, I prattle on about this all the time. We tend to leave the rib cage quite exposed when we're doing abdominal work. And you hear Pilates especially always tell you to push the lower back down. What that does is it actually gets rid of the natural curve of the body, which we want to maintain. So find wherever your body naturally sits, and then just think about drawing the rib cage in. That's all you're doing. You're not trying to push the lower back down or back. You're trying to just draw the rib cage in, and that will tighten the front of the body and protect the middle back without us needing to overly tuck the pelvis and create a weird shape. Okay, hands come onto the waist, draw the rib cage in, and just slowly push through the feet, and we're going to lean the body back. Should feel the abs wake up a little bit, hold. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, make sure the ribs are tucked. Gently lean the body back. Inhale, come back up. 3 more times. Exhaling, lean back. Try and keep a long spine. Inhale to come up. Exhale to lean back. Inhale up. 1 more time. Exhale, lean back. Good. And inhale to come up. Okay, we're going to straighten one leg out in front of us, making sure we're not locking into that knee joint. Keep a micro bend. And I'd like you to push the heel down as hard as you can. You should feel the back of the leg, the hamstrings start to fire. Keep pressing down. Good. And then gently release and swap sides. Good. Release. Swap sides again. Okay, we're going to come up to standing. And we're just going to do a few rounds of body weight squats and then a variation of. So walk the feet quite wide apart, about chair width distance, so they're a little bit wider than the hips. And turn the toes out slightly. We're not going for a sumo stance quite yet. We're just turning them out slightly so it feels a bit more comfortable. Okay, arms tracking in front. Making sure, again, that that rib cage is drawn in. Knees track over the toes, come to sit. And then gently come back up. Good, and come back down. 9, 8, really squeezing the glutes at the top. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come up. Okay. Depending on how you're balanced and how this feels, there are options. Option 1 is to keep the heel in front of you and try and sit down with the leg simply extended. Option 2 is to pick the leg up and take a chair version of a pistol squat. The intensity will vary whether the heel is down, but you'll still be working on trying to build the same thing. So up to you. We're going to do 6 on each leg. So whenever you feel ready, grounding the heel. If you're grounding it, push it down so you're still waking up the muscle group. Bring the arms in front. Sit down. 6, 5, 4. Notice if the knee starts to wobble a little bit. Really pay attention to the feet and where the movement's coming from. 3, 2, last one, 1. Good, and then swap sides. So again, grounding the heel, pressing it down, or choosing to lift it up and off. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good, last one, and 1. And take a seat. You're going to get back up again. Take a minute, notice if the breath or the heart rate has already started to increase, and just check in a little bit body to brain, and just notice where you were feeling sensation, whether it was in the knee or the ankle or in the foot. If you need to ask anything at any point, unmute yourself and tell me. Okay, so we're going to do one more exercise with the legs, and then we'll switch over and do the upper body, and then we'll come back and do the legs again. So come to find a standing position. We're just going to do one more. So we're going to set one foot in front, the other foot comes back behind. You want both heels grounded. So I would suggest people tend to find themselves standing here, especially if you're used to yoga. Walk the feet wider so they're in line with the hips. Back toes point out slightly so you can safely get the heel down without rotating into that knee too much. And then we want to make sure the hips are level, like you've got headlights pointing forwards. Okay. So we're going to lean forward, making sure not to block out that front knee, really draw up the quads, hips level. Lean forward, allow hands to go down, come up, squeeze the glutes underneath. So just imagine you're holding onto a bar and try and squeeze the shoulders back behind you. Keep them squeezing back all the way down. Come up, scoop the pelvis underneath. Good. So we'll do 6 and 5, shoulders stay back. And 4, notice if the ribs are starting to flare. And 3. And 2, last one. And 1, good. And then swap sides. So swapping the legs over. If you're struggling to keep the shoulders from rounding, you can always grab opposite elbow behind you and it will force you to remember to keep the shoulders back. So up to you. Draw the rib cage in. Shoulders roll back. Make sure you've got a micro bend in that front knee, and then when you feel ready, folding forward. Good, and then scoop the hips underneath. Good, nice. 5, squeeze the glutes under. 4, squeeze under. 3, 2, good, and 1. Good. Okay, take a second. And then we're going to move on to the upper body. You have to excuse me, hay fever is playing havoc with me today. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is a pike push-up. So instead of your typical push-up or walk the feet back and we try and create a long body, what I'd like you to do instead is walk the feet, plant them down. Turn the hands outside of the chair. So take a hold of the outside of the chair. Good. And then really think about drawing in. So I want you to almost over round the upper back. Elbows are going to come out, head is going to go straight down as close as you can tuck it to the chair. And push back up. That's it, good. So head wants to come down, 9, elbows really go out wide. Good. 8. Good. 7, moving really slowly, especially that bottom phase. 6. 5. 4. Each one, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you. 3. 2. And 1. Good. Okay, so again, taking a hold of the chair, we're going to walk the feet back this time into a plank. If that feels too much, take a shorter plank and simply step the feet so they're flat and lean the hips forward slightly. Otherwise, yeah, keep walking them back so you're almost on the tiptoes. Weight shifts forward. Okay, so taking variation that suits you, make sure whichever one, even if the heels are lifted, try and push them back so you're really engaging through the legs as well. Making sure the ribs draw in so the pelvis is slightly scooped underneath. We're going to do slow mountain climbers. So we're going to bring the right knee forward towards the elbow. Good, and then draw it back. Left goes forward slowly towards the elbow. And it goes back. Right goes forward towards the elbow. And up. Left really slowly forward. Really slowly back. Good. 3 more on each side. Moving as slowly as you can. Good. Noticing the rib cage, noticing if it's starting to lose. Nice, Charlotte. Good form. Left. All right. And back. Good. Walk the feet forward. Okay. So we are going to do tricep dips. Lisa, I know obviously these are a bit of an issue for your shoulder. Are you all right doing them if the hands are outwards? Yeah, okay. Okay, so Charlotte, you can choose. Typically the fingers would face forward. For a lot of people that puts too much pressure on the AC joint that runs along the end of the clavicle. If you're in that world and you feel this more in your shoulders than where we'd like it in the triceps, turn the hands out and think about squeezing the elbows behind you instead. It just takes the pressure off the shoulder. Okay, so option 1, walk the feet in front of you, knees stay bent, hips just come off. Option 2, walk the legs all the way forward towards the heels. Either way, doesn't matter, you're still working the same thing. Squeeze the elbows and shoulders back. Keep the ribs in. Lower yourself down as far as they'll go and push back up. We're going to go for 12, 11, 9, 8, moving slowly. Keep squeezing the elbows together. Good. 7, 6, halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come all the way up. Come and sit on the chair for a second. Okay. So we're going to do a little bit of core exercise, and we'll do that set again. So we'll do the legs again, and we'll do the upper body again. So sitting again right on the edge of the chair. Lifting up with the abdominals. Cross the hands over the shoulders. Keep the elbows up. And try and use your obliques. So rib cage draws in. Use and think about using the side of the body. We're going to twist to the left side. Watch the knees want to go with you. Try and force them back to the right. Hold as far around as you can go. Really feel the obliques starting to work. And then inhale, twist yourself back to center. Push the knees slightly to the left. And then twist the body to the right side. Hold in here, making sure the elbows stay up. Inhale, come to center. And again, twist to the left. Knees go slightly to the right. Inhale, come to center. Twist to the right. Knees go slightly to the left. Inhale to center. One more time each side. Twist to the left. Go a little bit further if the body will allow it. Squeeze those obliques. Good. And then inhale, come to center. Twist to the right. Keeping the elbows up. Good. Inhale, come to center. Lower the arms down if you need to. By all means, shake out the shoulders. Okay. Next exercise. This is a tough one, Lisa. We've done this in yoga and sitting on the floor. One thing that we do tend to find, especially at the moment with people sitting a lot more, the psoas muscle runs from about here to underneath the rib cage. For most of us, it's quite a short muscle simply because we sit, we sleep with our knees in towards our chest. This muscle's become shorter and shorter, but it's not actually holding any strength, which means that our quads are picking up far more of the work than they should be. So we're just going to wake up the psoas. So to do that, you're going to really lift up through the body, lean forward slightly, and again, rib cage draws in. Sorry, dog. Okay, send your left leg out in front of you, bring the arms out in front, and try and pulse the leg 10 times. Should start to feel this in the hip. You might feel this in the quad. If you're feeling it in the quad, it shows that you need to feel it in the hip, so lean forward a little bit more if you can, and then gently replace the foot down. Good. Same again. Inhale, lift up. Draw the rib cage in, lean the body forward slightly, extend the right leg out. Try and aim for the same height as the bent leg, and then pulse. Going for 10. And bring the foot down, swapping sides. Left leg goes out again. Up. Good. 10 times, pulling the toes towards you, leaning the body forward, keeping a long spine. And replace it down. Last time. Good. Plant it down. Okay, release the arms down. Okay. We're going to do one more core bit. So we've worked into the psoas, we've worked into the obliques, now we need to work on the front, the transverse abdominis. So leaning yourself upright this time, lean back ever so slightly, draw the rib cage in. Arms can hold onto the chair if you need the support. You're going to try and bring one foot in, pick up the other one, squeeze both knees in. And hold, drawing the knees in as close as you can, press the heels down. Try and keep a long spine, gaze lifted slightly, and drop the knees all the way down. Good. We're going to do it 2 more times. When you feel ready, lean back slightly, rib cage draws in, hold on if you need to, cross the arms over the chest, or if you really want to go to town, arms overhead. Draw the knees in. Squeezing them in as tightly as you can, keeping a long spine, long neck. Good. Squeeze a little bit tighter and then gently drop the legs back down. Lisa knows me, everything comes in threes most of the time, so we're going to do it one more time. Lean back, rib cage in, one knee up, and then the other. And release them down. Whew. You both okay? Yeah, okay. Okay, we're going to go back to the beginning, so we're going to start with the legs. So again, feet about chair width distance, toes out slightly. It's just to make sure the knees can track in line with the toes without us being in a sumo stance where we start to collapse in and the glutes go to sleep. Okay, making sure the chair is behind you so you're not going to miss it. Draw the arms in front, rib cage comes in, sit down 10, come up, 9, up, really squeeze at the top, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Moving on to that pistol So choosing to extend the leg out in front, heel pushes down as hard as you can if you're not lifting that front leg. Otherwise, picking the leg up, arms go in front, and we're going to sit down for 6, and back up, for 5, and back up, for 4, back up, for 3, back up, for 2, and up, for 1, and up. And then when you're ready, swap sides. Again, ground the heel. Each side might be different because of the ankle and the knee mobilization, so just do what feels right for you. Arms go in front. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay seated. Good. Okay. Last one for the legs. We're just going to do those leaning forward over that front leg again. So imagining either that you have a bar in front and we're retracting the shoulders back, rib cage in, or bringing the hands behind, taking opposite elbow instead to keep the shoulders back. Entirely up to you, but watch the rib cage either way. Softening into that front leg so that we're not locking the joint and therefore stretching the ligament. Hips go back, lean the body forward over the front leg. Come up, squeeze the glutes, tuck them underneath. Good. Come down. And up, squeeze. Come forward. Squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then swapping sides. Good. So same again. Make sure the shoulders stay back, rib cage draws in. Micro bend the front knee, and when you're ready, lean forward. And really squeeze underneath as you come up. Good. And forward. 5. Notice if the hips start to wiggle out. Notice if the right hip starts to pull back a bit to open up. And try and keep it level. 4. 3. 2. Good. And 1. Good. Bringing the feet together, we'll go straight into the upper body bit if you're both okay. So hands take the outside. Feet walk about hip width distance apart. So we find ourselves in kind of a tabletop position here. Okay. So I'd like you to do the same again. You want to really think about pulling the shoulders back, the shoulder blades back as you bring the head straight down. And then when you inhale, push up and pull the shoulder blades away. So you kind of dome into the upper back as you come up. Yeah, that's it. Exhale, shoulder blades go together, lower. Inhale, push up, shoulder blades. Good. 3. 7. 3. Tucking the head underneath. 5. You can walk the feet a bit closer if you're feeling like these are quite comfortable. This is my last one. Good. Okay, then choosing to either hold onto the edge or turn the hands completely forward. Up to you. I'm going to stay holding onto the edge because my wrists have got issues. Choosing to be here, weight slightly shifts forward, but the whole feet stay grounded, or choosing to walk the feet even further back, heels lift. Finding you into a plank that you can definitely support and work with. Rib cage draws in. Good. And then again, right knee comes all the way forward and slowly all the way back. Left knee comes all the way forward, slowly back. Right knee goes forward and back. Left forward and back. 3 more times, right forward, slowly back. Left forward, slowly back. Right Working as slowly on that foot back as you can. Good. Last one. Good. Walk the feet forward. Come to sit on the chair. Good. Last exercise, we've got those tricep dips. So again, hands can face forward like they would normally, or they can track out, and you just got to work on squeezing the elbows behind you if that's the case. Option 1, glutes just off. Option 2, legs go straight. We're going for 10 lowers. So whenever you feel ready, squeezing the elbows behind you. Good. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Tendency at the top when you start getting tired is to lock out the arms. Try not to. Keep a micro bend in the elbows. Keep them safe. 2, last one. 1. Whew. Walk the feet back. Come to sit. Nice. Okay, so we're just going to stretch out. So planting the feet down. We're going to start by drawing the right leg over the left. So making sure the ankle comes over above the knee onto the thigh. Toes dorsiflexed, pull back. That'll help keep this knee safe. Left hand goes onto the ankle. Right hand goes just above the knee onto the thigh. Gently encourage the knee down slightly, so we're opening that hip structure. And sitting up tall and start to lean forward over that front leg. Hopefully feel this in the glute, perhaps into the lower back. I always love everyone's faces when we start doing this. One more breath cycle. As you inhale, draw the body up. And drop the legs over. So same again. Hand goes down onto the ankle bone. Opposite hand comes up just above the knee. Pelvis tilts back, so really try and push the hips back, long spine. Lean forward over the leg. Slowly inhale, come up. Release the leg down. We're just going to take a bit of a side stretch. So just grabbing hold of the outside edge of your chair. Reach the opposing arm up and gently lean over and use this hand to push. So you're really pushing the opposite side of the body away. That's it, good. Inhale, draw up. Swap the arms over. This time you're going to push down with the other hand. So start that push first. You push the hips and the rib cage over and then lean across the body. Inhale, come up. Same as we started with, so both hands come behind you. You can choose to interlace the fingers and turn the hands down again if you'd like. You can choose to just hold onto the chair. Walk the hips forward and just think about rolling the chest open, rolling the shoulders back. Slowly inhale, bring yourself up. One arm goes up, overhead, bend the elbow. Opposite hand goes up and gently encourages the elbow back. There's tendencies here. The shoulder either wants to wing out to the side or the elbow wants to go wide. Try and keep the elbow directly over the shoulder. And then slowly swap sides. Arm goes up. Good. Release down, shake your left. You are done. I'm clapping for you. Welcome.
Have a
welcome,
good day.
Yeah, really
Bye.
interesting.
And
Bye.
you.